back with more Shadowhunters. This is episode 12 of season 3. I can't even tell you how excited I am about this episode. I can't speak. I'm like shaking with anticipation. I'm still like gobsmacked that the show's actually back. It's been the longest week ever, and I'm just so excited to get into this episode and see what's going to happen because we've been promised so much going into this episode. I see there's going to be some Clay stuff. The manic training scene that we've been hyped for like a year, finally. And for me, most importantly, SIZZY's on the rise. I think it's all going to start here. There are scenes that apparently are in this episode that I thought were going to be in next week's episode, so I wasn't emotionally prepared for a lot of SIZZY outside like the sewer stuff that I've seen in like previews. So, I'm just so excited. This episode might kill me. This might be the last reaction to Shadowhunters I do, because this might just be it for me. Like, all like the three main couples seem to be getting content in this episode, and that will finish me off, quite possibly. Like, I'm in danger of death. Also in danger of death is Clary, because she's currently linked to Jonathan, which I really like. Very interesting kind of dynamic, and I can't wait to see more of that explored, and see more of Luke Baines as Jonathan, because he was fantastic in the last episode. And yeah, just to see where the story's going to go from here as we get right into 3B. I can't put into words how glad I am that the show's back, and yeah, I'm hoping that this episode is going to deliver on all fronts. I'm just so excited, and yeah, let's get right into it.
What's wrong? You're in Paris. I thought you'd be happy.
Sorry.
She's in Paris with you, buddy.
They say alligators live down in these tunnels.
Urban legend.
Here we go, folks.
Saw a rum demon and got worked
The
up.
end of my life.
Feel better. It's actually really sweet. I thought so.
I love that he's still like putting so much effort into like his whole life, even if he doesn't have his magic. I know I think he's like hiding how not well he's doing, but still.
So authoritative.
Here we go,
I
folks.
like seeing you in your Shadowhunter mode.
This is the most Magnus thing I've ever seen.
I train with Grandmaster Mitsuya Maeda. So you're the black belt in name dropping. Oh,
Hey up.
Hold that thought. That room.
His little run. Speaking of low blows, there they go.
I was so close to giving up, and you never did. Thank you.
As if Luke would give up on his daughter. Oh. He's got it too.
You have the Mark of Cain too.
My dear boy, I am Cain.
Oh. Surprise.
Paris is home to the world's fourth largest institute, and we're both on the run, so...
Oh boy. Oh, Jonathan.
Everyone's covered.
Give me your cellar.
I don't think we're quite there yet. Allow me.
Edna Mud.
I don't think we're quite there yet.
Oh, savage. That burnt more than Lilith did to him on Eden.
I thought you hated your brother.
That's a story that people tell.
So what really happened?
What do you know about Adam and Lilith?
All the stories are kind of true.
They had a messy breakup?
Quinn will know what to do. I attempted the removal ritual once, but I was too afraid to die.
Die?
Oh.
You missed my cat eyes? I think it was pretty clear you were enjoying yourself. I hope you're not offended if I continue.
Well,
my
about a
training
million
elsewhere.
people just
It's
died.
more than a little distract. I had all the time in the world to do whatever I wanted.
Because you did. Literally.
But now I have 50 years left. I
Oh,
just feel that my time is a little more
that's a lot to like cope with.
precious.
Magnus, 50 years is a lot of time.
I know, Alexander.
Not when you're immortal,
You've
or
had your whole
were.
life to live as a mortal.
Yeah.
For me, it's a bit of a wake-up call.
No matter how hard you try, you cannot look cool running and all that.
That's Clary.
She's alive. I mean, I knew that, but still.
I know a great cafe that serves the world's best hot chocolate.
Ooh, I'm in.
Hot chocolate.
I was hideous. Burned
Mood.
off from my mother's little love mark, so I huddled in a hoodie. He looked me right in the face. It's like my burns weren't even there.
Sebastian Burlock.
Oh. Ended well for him.
Good. So full of light.
Not anymore, you fucking killed the bastard.
I'll never forget how the Lightwoods were there for me when my mom disappeared. And now I might never see them again.
You'll see them again.
I know it's sad.
His little smirk when she took his arm. Oh, he's so good. Oh, I mean, evil, but I meant Luke Baines is good.
Stop plan right. Slow down. And savor moments like these. When I'm staring into the eyes of the man that I love.
Oh.
Of course. Everything I need is right here in front of me.
Oh. And talk about saving every moment. Just,
What is it?
oh, get into me.
Jace. Claire might still be alive.
Day off is cancelled. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey!
Oh.
Watch where you're going.
I'm sorry, it's my bad. Je suis une touriste. Stupid.
Y a pas de souci, mademoiselle.
Ah, of course he's from the Paris Institute. That makes sense. Okay. That was smart. Until something goes wrong.
Boyfriend? We're just friends.
Good friends.
In that case, we should hang out again sometime.
No.
Bring a friend if you like.
Oh.
Pretty impressive how popular you are with your exes.
Less impressive how quickly they become my exes.
Just haven't met the right guy yet.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
But to remove the mark, you'll need a certain artifact that has been...
Surprise, bitch.
I see you have the proper trinket. But do you have the courage?
It's nice that he's one step
This
ahead of her for
ceremony
once.
presents a grave danger.
I know. Isn't dead. I don't care. There are only a handful of habitable regions with grid junctions large enough to support it.
Alright, well, let's get a list.
See, even though he doesn't have magic, he still has the knowledge, so he can be helpful.
Just unusual activity.
That one? Outside. Poof! I can smell your Nephilim blood from here.
Oh dear.
My sister and I are rather attached. I'd prefer if she stayed.
I've stayed
He made
at
a
the
pun.
Institute site for years.
Where is the sword?
Gone. I already sold it.
To who?
That's to whom?
That's not a time to be sassy. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Guess I'll have to find it on my own.
Guess so.
But please, you have to help me.
Save your story. You're coming with me.
Oh boy. Well, this is going well. Johnny's gonna be pissed. Ooh! Nice knowing you, buddy.
That was close. Hey, you're safe now. With me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm safe.
Just in case things don't go well. you, my love.
Oh.
And keep an eye on my mom. And my...
Stop. You're gonna make it.
Oh god. Simon Lewis deserves the world. 2K19. This is me trying to get out of bed for class in the morning.
Simon, wake up, Simon. His blood has boiled away. He'll need much, much more if he's going to survive. If you're not going to help, then shut up. He needs the blood of a mortal.
Give him
Or a
yours!
Nephilim.
Like in the books. Oh, without hesitation. Oh.
Come back to me, Simon. You have so much more to live for. I know it hurts. It's hard to breathe sometimes. He's going to need a lot more blood than that if he's going to survive.
This is huge for her after everything last season.
You have to bite me, Simon.
Venom.
It's okay. It's okay.
I can't.
You have to do it. Just look into my eyes. Okay.
Oh god. Oh, they've helped each other through that, like, darkest moments. Oh, beautiful shot. Fuck. Oh, this show is so beautiful. Fuck. And that's just the start of Sizzy.
You killed a man, Jonathan.
You make me good.
That's not what good is, Jonathan.
No.
Killing like that should never
He was like,
feel
really?
good.
Oh, yeah?
Wait! Don't shoot!
Oh shit.
If you kill him, I die too.
Everybody stand down.
Oh, but I want to see Alec use his bow.
Let's be real, Jonathan. We never trusted each other.
You little bitch!
Oh! Luke and Alec could just say, like, shall we go? Oh dear. When the shop runs out of ice cream. Well, what an amazing episode. Again. Oh, I love this show. Where do I even begin? I think the location work in this episode was great. I love that they actually went to Paris to film a lot of the scenes. It really added something to it, I think. I think there were a few kind of green screen moments, particularly when Alec and Jason, Luke turned up at the end. But it just looked so good. Oh man, I don't know. I love that they continue to explore the whole Clary and Jonathan dynamic, and already they're showing, I mean, you know, we saw how complex Jonathan is already in like season 2 and stuff, when he was under the guise of Sebastian, but even in these past 2 episodes we've kind of seen just how complicated and complex he is. So I'm glad they're not shying away from the whole aspect of his character's kind of, what's the word? Well, his very scary obsession with Clary in terms of perhaps a romantic way, which is obviously kind of a big thing in the books on some occasions. And we got a bit of that when he kissed Clary last season, but we also saw that crop up again in this one, and there's just this intensity to the way Luke Baines performs it, and I'm glad they haven't like toned down that aspect of the character, because I think that's a huge part of Jonathan, because he doesn't really understand the concept of love. fully. I don't think it's more of an idea to him than an actual realised concept, because you know, he was raised by Valentine for a bit, and then Valentine kind of was like, nah, I'm done with you, which wouldn't have been good for him anyway, and then he gets sent to a fucking demon who shows her love by burning his skin layer by layer. So yeah, or she at least allows that to happen to him. So of course he's not going to really understand what a loving relationship is, and it's kind of all just blurred for him, I think, what love between family or friends or whatever would be. And I think Luke Baines captures that so brilliantly. And I love the more and more we see of him in the role. I think he's just, yes. So yeah, I like that we're continuing to explore the dynamic between those two. Clary desperately trying to get away on a couple of occasions, I thought was really well done. And yeah, that whole reunion at the end. I like how they kind of used Magnus's knowledge of things, and, you know, Annick's kind of position and skills that they already have in the Institute to kind of track down Clary fairly easily, so I really liked that. And, you know, Luke and Jace kind of teaming up, and Luke helping with the group track down Clary, because it makes sense, because two of the most important people in Clary's life, really. And seeing Luke and Jace in, like, the snow setting in Siberia was a really nice kind of contrast to the Paris scenes as well. Again, the location works just fantastic. So I love that whole kind of, the way they tracked Clary down, and that Clace reunion at the end was incredible. I loved it. Obviously, it's far from over. Jonathan is still very much about and screaming his apartment, which is, to be fair to the villain, a big mood. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they get with this whole thing with Jonathan, and see how Clary and Jace kind of deal with this, and how everyone's going to deal with Clary being back. Yeah, that might be quite something, but, you know, it's far from over with them. But yeah, I loved all of that. And I also kind of liked the encounter between Jonathan and that demon. Was it like a Venos demon or something like that? I thought that was kind of funny. And Jonathan, aside from the whole thing with Clary, has his other mission to find the Morgenstern's sword as well. So I'm excited to see where they go with that. What his ultimate endgame is. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be the same as his endgame in the books. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to find out. So yeah, loved all of that. And the way Jonathan just kept, like, killing people willy-nilly and saying how it felt different for him, I thought was kind of interesting as well. And he was protecting Clary, and he was talking about, like, seeing you there powerless in his arms as he was holding her, like, death grip in his arms. I thought that was a really cool kind of thing. He just doesn't compute that way, that he was kind of doing a similar thing. So yeah, everything with the whole Paris stuff and Clary and Jace reuniting, and yes. Then I should probably save the city stuff till last, because that's my thing. Malik, fuck me, everyone's dead. Every Malik fan is dead. I mean, I'm at least dying, like, because I adore them too. Like, how, this is episode 12, we have another 10 episodes for them to do shit like that with Malik. We're gonna die, oh my god, we're actually gonna die. Okay, speaking of we're actually gonna die, I liked Magnus's newfound viewpoint on life, him wanting to make the most of every moment, which I feel like has even more of an impact for the fact that this is airing now, this episode, given the fandom and everything, squeezing every moment out of these last few episodes of the show, making the most of our time with these characters. That really hit home for me, that whole scene with him and Alec, talking about that, just because of the whole campaign we've had to save this wonderful show. But yeah, their scenes in this episode, fuck me, like, electric, fucking electricity. You know, Matt and Harry have always worked so brilliantly together, and damn, Malik fans were well fed. That was some shit. Like, that lived up to the fucking hype for sure. I just love their connection, and I love that even without Magnus's magic, the very core of their relationship is still there. because it doesn't matter if, I don't think it even matters if Alex is not a Shadowhunter, if Magnus isn't a Warlock. It's the people they are, not the species or the race or whatever, which is really a beautiful thing when you think about it. It's just that Magnus Bane is meant to be with Alec Lightwood, and oh, yes, yes! Loved all their scenes of the training montage. They had some really funny moments. They just showcased how deep their relationship is in such an incredible way, and I liked Magnus trying to make the most of Alec's day off, and then when everything with Clary came up, they were like, well, that day's over, we need to go and save Clary if she can be saved. And I love that they just, without question, went to save their friend, which is exactly what Izzy did at the end of this episode. She kind of put her problems aside to help her friend. Okay. I need to stop saying that many Ks, because that could get me in trouble. Right. Where do I begin? I've waited for 3 years for this, and it's finally actually happening. Good God. Oh, another thing. I missed Maya in this episode. That made me sad. And where's Jordan? Please. I want to see him again. Anyway, I really loved, in terms of the whole Simon plotline in this episode, that they explored a bit more of the origins of the Mark of Cain, and Cain himself showing up, which I thought was really cool. They never really delved that deeply into the lore and stuff, I think, with that in the books. So it was nice to see that kind of play out on screen, get more backstory behind it, and the whole ritual thing and the chance of death. And I love that this episode showcased, and that whole scene in the Sealy Court, which, by the way, always looks stunning, that set and everything. Oh, I love it. I love that that scene in particular showcased how selfless Simon and Isabel are. Because Simon would happily die if it meant he'd never hurt anyone he cared about ever again. Which is incredible. And after everything Izzy went through last season, with the whole like venom addiction and everything, the Yin-Fen thing, even after all that, and all the risks to her health, and reliving all that kind of tragic stuff that she went through, and the darkest time of her life, she still lived through it again to save her friend. And she was like, stuck into my eyes, it's going to be okay. And Simon was worried about her health because of everything, because, you know, he was there for her when she was going through all that, and like got her to go to these meetings and stuff, and then at the end of 3A she was there for him in his darkest moment, and he was kind of reliving that again when he was biting her. And, it's just, I love them. I love them. And this is just the beginning of SIZZY, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it to the end. It just showed so well why these two are destined to be together. I just love seeing them go on that journey. And all the little kind of hints at the audience they have, like, you just haven't met the right guy yet. You might as well have just turned to the camera and winked, and I probably would have laughed my ass off if he'd done that. But maybe a bit too much of a fourth wall break. But yeah, just, they've always had such this deep connection, right from episode 1. You know, even before I read the books and knew where the storyline went with those two, I was like, oh, those two should be together. So I was very happily surprised when I read the books. Man, it's just so bizarre that they're finally happening on screen. And I apologise if SIZZY isn't for you, because these are my reactions. So I'm just going to be yampering on about them for the whole time. Because I really loved Simon and Maya. I think they were adorable. But yeah, they really needed different things. And yeah, things just don't work out sometimes, even if two people are good together. But I love that we're starting on this journey now to Izzy finding someone she loves and Simon finding his love. Oh man, they just have such a deep care for each other that's gone on since the very beginning of the show. It's just so beautiful to see it kind of come full circle in a way, and something I've wanted to see for 3 years finally, happen on screen. And I have such a deep love for these characters and their relationship, because I relate so strongly to Simon. He's my favourite character in all the Shadowhunters books, movie, TV show, and I see so much of myself in Simon. The fact that he kind of then goes on to have a relationship like the one he does with Izzy kind of gives me hope that maybe one day I could have something like that. The unlikely event that I find a wife, please, gods, please, by the angel, please. Yeah, I just have such a deep-rooted love for their relationship, and I think it's just the most adorable thing. And I was worried going into 3B and everything that it was going to be rushed, but the more I think about it, they've built a really strong foundation for it, I think, right from the off. Having rewatched the show a lot, I feel like the foundations have been there for a long time. They've had those moments of like really deep connection, and like Simon and Clary kind of broke up effectively in episode 15 of season 2, and by like episode 18 or like 3 or 4 episodes later, he was like, I'm totally into Maya now. So in terms of that timelines and stuff, I feel like if anything, it's not going to be as rushed going into a Simon and Isabel relationship, especially because they've had even longer to kind of get to know each other. So yeah, I just love them, and I'm just so excited to see it happen on screen. And yeah, I just loved all the scenes in the Sealy Court and everything with Kane. I thought it was a really interesting kind of exploration, and we just see how brilliant these two characters are as people, and how they will ultimately be together. And that song, using Carry You for a SIZZY song, yes, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. I feel like I had something else to say about this. Can't remember what it was because I got too excited and just started yabbering on. So yeah, great episode. Really, really loved it. SIZZY killed me. Malik killed me. Clace killed me. That Institute guy killed by Jonathan. That demon killed by Jonathan. Yeah, loving everything they're doing, all the different character directions and journeys. Yeah. What else is there to say? Like, an amazing episode. Again, loved everything they were kind of exploring with the characters. Can't wait to see where they're going to take this for the rest of 3B. Yeah. Yeah. This is a very special show. Yeah. What an episode. I'm going to probably go and cry over SIZZY for a bit. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. And until next week, will it kill me? Will next week be the one that finally offs me? Who knows? But until then, thanks for watching.